Normally, I don't like posthumous or whatever it is.
Mhm.
I think albums.
Yeah, I can never pronounce that word.
Posthumous.
All right, not just me. Um, just because for like motives reasons,
Mhm.
Yeah, I see
because
that. Yeah.
their artist is really tied to a label. If that's how they're rolling, right?
Most of
So
the time.
like, if they're putting out music after their passing, it's like, all right, where's the money go? I'm like hoping, okay, it's going to the family, it's going to the people they're caring about. But at the end of the day, it's like a business. They sold their name to them, to
Yeah.
that label. So it's like, okay, we're just gonna milk out however much we can. I hope that both Pop's label and Juice's label, they respect his name and be like, okay, like, back up, that's it. Because I feel like as an artist perspective, it's like, if you're not there to like touch
Curate it.
upon and curate it, then
Yeah.
is it really yours, kind of thing, even though it's your voice.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's dependent on like how much they had in the before they
Yeah.
Yeah, how much they
passed.
talked about it, how much they planned for it,
right,
all that
yeah.
stuff.
So I
For
like
me,
yeah.
as long as it goes to the the biggest thing is family. Like,
yeah.
if they're gonna milk it, whatever, that's their artist. If they milk it, but it goes to the people they love,
It's worth
It's
it.
just-
Yeah.
to me,
Just-
it's worth
yeah, they're
it.
just
Especially
doing the
with Juice, who they were like, he'll go in, rap 4 minutes on a
I think
freestyle
he
on a
has
beat,
bunch of,
come back out, rap it again, same song, another hit, and then he'll just leave.
Yeah.
The guy, just pick one. It don't matter.
Yeah,
to me.
that's what you're saying.
Like,
yeah.
There's
It's wild to me.
there's probably dope songs in there. He could probably like, with the
Mhm.
amount of artists that have said he's done stuff like that, they could probably like put out an album with both of them,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
just switch them. Like,
I
so
kn-
there's that.
I know Dennis. He brought it up with like Mac and stuff,
Oh,
and like
that's- yeah.
his album was actually the first album that got me into like enjoying those type of albums
Mhm.
because it showed that like, okay, there's a level of like respect and like care that people put into
the
it.
way they crafted his last album, Mac Miller's. It
The
was
Circles?
just Circles. It was just respectfully done. Like everything was. It just showed his like art. I don't know. They perceived him very well, and I know it's because a majority of his close friends and family worked on the album that they
Yeah.
could like help put through his
Craft
message.
his
and-
idea better,
yeah,
because that's the
what he
thing.
would
You don't
think.
know how these labels are gonna, if they're dropping the songs like the correct way. Like, is the family involved or the friends involved?
Yeah,
Like, because I'm sure rappers and artists, they're surrounded by some sort of core group that helps them throughout that process.
Yeah.
So do you have those people there to be like picking and choosing songs? Because you might not know if the artist wanted a particular song in the album.
Mhm.
So does that album actually feature his ideas, or is the label just you know,
Right.
dropping it just to drop it and just have these things? Because
It's just
But do it
X's
justice.
second album too is like he had two like post I don't know,
Mm.
what's
they
the word.
were
was that?
both. You,
X.
Oh,
X,
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 yeah,
X.
yeah.
But like in the second one, it was just like a bunch of samples and stuff.
It
didn't,
was a
like,
bunch of
it wasn't very
features.
coherent.
Yeah, I think.
So it does. I'm not sure if like
they're
you
picking
gotta
on
bounce
scraps
it.
there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think
Mhm.
that also has a lot to do with it, because most artists, they're gonna make a song and they're gonna fine tune it, stuff like that. They'll get a
Yeah.
core idea down.
Yeah.
So if they have the core idea,
Then you can
those
go for
albums are usually going to be a
Yeah.
lot better, because
Right.
they can. Obviously, it's not going to be the same because the
Yeah.
person isn't there, but at least they can get a Circles
'Cause-
or a
and that's
Pop
when it's
Smoke
probably
album or a Juice
okay to
Wrld.
do it, because if
Yeah.
if you don't have that core idea thing down and they're just like picking out like random songs you might recorded 4 years ago,
Mhm.
like that is
It's like
just alright.
Comparing like X's and Mac's album gave me closure from his music, and I don't think I want more music from Mac because of that final
Yeah.
album. I think it fit whatever I needed to continue the rest of.
It's like a show that
Whatever.
ends on the
Yeah.
perfect season. Like, all right, 4 seasons, we're done. That's it. We're out.
It gave me so much closure because now even though I started listening to Mac after he died, it just makes me sad when I hear his music now, because I just got so connected to whatever he created. But comparing that to X's album, you could just see the difference in care and the motive behind putting out their albums. And you could see X's was just they're picking on scraps, they're picking on just to
Yeah.
put out something for the label.
Yeah, but you said care. Maybe it just might not have been there, and they want to give it to the family or whatever.
Yeah,
So
Right,
it
so
could've
they're just
just
trying
I
been
don't
they
know
wanted
if
to
care
put
is the
something
right
out.
word, but
It's
because
rough.
sometimes
Hard
they
to
do
tell.
care about them. We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, I
like
know, we
what
don't
he
know,
had there,
but
but
yeah.
But it just ends up not being as good because the
It wasn't
artist,
there.
it's not
Yeah.
their head in it. Yeah.
And that man did like a bunch of different genres, so I guess it was really hard to pinpoint
Yeah,
what,
nah.
what the hell he wanted on his album. But yeah,
Yeah,
Uh,
no,
if
talented
we're
people.
if we're talking about like just the quality of the album. It was moving on from obviously the passing of the artist, but like,
Mm.
I feel like the Pop Smoke, there was a lot. Like it was wow, words. It was really good because of how diverse it was.
Yeah.
I wasn't going into it thinking it would be that diverse with the Karol G song and the different samples
Right, yeah.
and the slower beats and the girl songs, quote unquote. But I think we probably would have got more. I mean, that's what they call it in the whatever music world. But I think we probably would have got more of that drill type stuff because that was probably that's what I'm assuming.
He
To
might have
me-
been trying to branch off though and do.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah.
that might have been his next 2 albums, and he would have filled up. This is total guess,
It's
hypothetically.
I'm trying to.
But like, because there's 19 there's 19 songs on there,
Yeah.
right? Or
something like-
17, somewhere in there. So maybe you would have got more of that drill type stuff because that was like
Possible, yeah.
This is just a hypothetical.
You know,
yeah.
because like summer type thing.
Yeah,
like,
that he
going for
he can
part-
go in the
club
stool
stuff.
and cook up,
Maybe his last 2 albums were that way, so I don't think.
or maybe
it's
it's just full on experiments.
Yeah, maybe he was just trying to branch out. And,
I enjoyed it because
Yeah.
I only heard a lot of like the drill type, Brooklyn drill type of sound
Yeah.
from him. So
all right, we're getting shot.
we're also outside, yeah. We only heard like that kind of Brooklyn. No,
that
I
was
said,
scary.
yeah, it was very scary. Or I said Brooklyn drill and they pop, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
Canarsie,
can't have-
shout out.
Hope you guys caught
can't
that.
talk about the smoke
Uh-huh.
without
You
Without the
cannot
pops.
say
Without the
pop
pop.
without.
Okay.
You
forget
can't
the
say.
smoke.
There you
Oh
go.
my god, I'm messing up the
There you go.
You said that
Um,
every day. And now,
But what was it going? Oh yeah, I appreciated like those other samples where it was like,
Yo,
oh,
he
we're
used
doing
those
other
old
stuff.
school. I'm so into you. with
Yeah,
the fast-
that has been so like
sampled.
remixed
I
so many
love
times.
that
Yeah,
and the
song.
original's the best.
absolutely.
Oh,
Just the
absolutely.
Tamia version. Yeah,
The Tamia version's fire.
Yeah.
But
He used a whole bunch of samples like for his girl songs. It says.
but nah, yeah.
I love it when hood niggas get in their girl shit.
yeah,
I don't know why.
I was listening to that
I'll
album.
be
I was
honest
thinking,
with
man,
you.
Claude's gonna be dancing to this.
I love it.
I can see Claude.
When
Yo.
hood niggas do that shit, 50 Cent did it too. It's like, oh man, this shit's fire.
got
I
wrong
don't
for
know
the
why.
leaves.
Yeah.
That's funny. But nah, like real talk, rest in peace to all the rappers
Yes.
For
who
a
gone
fact,
too
though.
soon.
Absolutely.
All artists who are just like making things, living in that world because
Yeah.
this is stressful as hell, you know.